Welcome to Heralds of Elysium, a tabletop channel from Loot and Lattes. Let's talk cards, decks, and tactics.
How are you doing today?
Doing all right. Well, welcome everybody. How are you doing, sir?
Oh, I'm tired. I've been working all day. I've been packing, getting ready to move, and trying to get ready for Store Champ, and trying to get ready for LA. Lots on my plate.
Isn't a significant amount of your job packing?
Pretty much. Actually, no. It's the exact opposite.
Oh.
It's delivering all the packed stuff already.
Okay.
But no. So we don't really have too much specifically to talk about this week.
No, but if we talk about what we did in the last 2 weeks, because may or may not have noticed, but speaking in game returns, grandfather Nurgle came and gave us, at least one of us, blessings, but now we're okay, and we're reporting again, so.
Yeah. I don't understand that reference at all.
So, when we talk about other games, that would be Warhammer 40,000.
Oh,
but also
Warhammer,
fantasy too, but
oh yeah, no, I know what Nurgle is. Okay, never mind. I do understand the slang. There we go. But yeah, the place where we record was someone was sick, so we didn't want to get sick.
It happens. In the future, it'll be at a different location, but it is not the future now. It is the now. So
yeah, exactly. But we didn't really do too much over the past few weeks.
I played in like 3 or 4 locals, so
That's true. And I mean, I went to a concert in LA, but that was that we recorded something the day before I left for that.
right.
And then I got back and I was like, okay,
we didn't record.
I'm so ready to record and talk about my concert. It's going to be so cool. And then we didn't record. And I was like, okay, well,
Life happens.
yeah. But I guess I could mention I went to LA and had a really good time at a concert. It was a really small indie band that I flew out to LA for. But I also flew out to LA to scope out the location for Ascent LA to find a good hotel to get. So I did not. I eventually just found some random place that's like 2 blocks away that may or may not be a hotel. I'm not quite sure, but we'll figure it out when I get there.
We'll find out.
Yeah.
Soon enough.
I also
LA's 2 weeks?
yeah. I also found out that apparently there's going to be like a No Kings protest literally outside of the convention the day of the event.
I would plan on getting there early then.
Yeah. So it's going to kind of suck to get in and out of there.
Yeah.
Which I'm glad I have a hotel that is literally walking distance. So, but I don't expect that to interfere with the actual tournament.
No.
It'll probably just be really
so obnoxious for traffic to get in and out of.
Yeah, like they might start an hour later to let people get in if there's that much delays, but I also heard this from someone who didn't live in LA, so it may also just not be true. So,
yeah.
Yeah, but rumors spread. Aside from that, LA's a lot nicer than I thought it was. It was like 85 degrees in February, and I love that. I wish it was always like that here.
It's a little too hot for me.
No, it's perfect. Oh, if I could just have it be nice, chill.
Well, yeah, you don't live on the 3rd, 4th floor of something that just piles the heat up further.
Yeah, but I also lived in Florida for 15 years. And it got to like...
No, you survived in Florida for 15 years. I don't think anybody actually lives in Florida.
I thrived in Florida. I love Florida's weather. I just hated the area in Florida I was in.
Okay.
But, no, LA's pretty nice. Lots of really good food there. Mm-hmm. So I'm excited to go play in Ascent LA, meet up with a bunch of Grand Archive friends, and then go have dinner and play Pantheon. Pantheon's gonna be so hype.
Even though you just get the early access version of it, but it doesn't cost anything this time. So
No, but I mean, even then, it's still be really cool. I'm excited for Pantheon. I don't know how much of it I'm actually gonna be playing at like events because I tend to prefer competitive over casual. Um, but it's a nice placeholder for people who aren't as competitive.
I was thinking because I'm not going to spend the money to go try to do competitive things.
Yeah.
If I focused, I could probably do okay, but okay is just where I live, especially with being legally blind and stuff like that. Like,
Yeah.
I'd get lucky at some point in time, and maybe you can see me at a top table, but it's not like I'm can consistently get there, and I can't do Caven's playing time. It's just
Yeah.
not anywhere in the cards to get better at things. Plus, I can't stick to a deck that much. I like trying all sorts of different things.
Oh, I do too. I try to make my own deck list every single time, and it's always so bad.
And I don't. If it was local, or a day drive with some buddies, I could see going and just playing mostly side events. Not a problem.
Yeah.
I am not going to pay for a plane ticket, $300 a night hotels
Yeah.
to go play Pantheon.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I get there's cool prizes. Does that almost make it worth it? Sure. Playing with the other people, but it really just isn't worth the cash.
Yeah.
For me.
Yeah.
No offense to anybody else who does.
I think it'll be worth that for a lot of people who are gonna be going to meet people that they don't normally get to see. But when you're just going to hang out with your locals that you see every week anyway, it makes the...
I mean, that's one thing I really like about the software that they announced, is you're only gonna get like one game with the locals you came in with.
Unless you want to play with them. Because you can sign up together.
But after that, it's still, when you put you back in the queue, it pairs you with people you haven't played with.
No, like you can sign as a duo. So you always get that person in your pod.
I mean, I like when I go to a convention and I play Dungeons & Dragons.
Yeah.
Like, do I love playing a game or two with different people I know? But the people
sure.
that play at my weekly thing, I do not want to go as a full table plus the DM.
For sure.
And we just all played the entire weekend and we were just tangentially around our other friends. Like...
Yeah, for sure. I agree. I've met a lot of really cool people in my time in Grand Archive, even though I haven't been part of the community for more than like a year or something like that. I've probably met like 20, 30 people at a sense that I'm always super excited whenever I see them. So having this as like a secondary thing where if all of us don't make day 2, I'll probably end up...
I love it for that.
I'll probably end up queuing into a few of them, and...
No, I agree with even the sentiment, even the people that really love competitive.
Yeah.
Sometimes just how, even if day 1 went well and you just were close, doesn't mean you feel like signing up and starting again.
Yeah.
Like, you're just like...
I mean,
there were times where I was like, I had the chance for like a good 5K event or something like that for the day 2 of a Grand Prix, and I'm like, you know what? There's some locals here that just want to go get some food or something like that, and I can play a small commander pod and like...
Yeah. I mean, that's how it was for me in Ascent Niagara, because I finished day 1 4-4, but after lunch I was 3-1, so I just got super boned the rest of the day, and I absolutely did not want to play in the scrub out because I was a little tilted from just missing it because I lost 3 rounds in the latter half of the day. So I didn't really want to play the scrub out event, but there wasn't really much else there at the time except for draft.
I do have to say the times where I've gone into the other thing and had fun was a bunch of us not making day 2.
Yeah.
And then being like, you know, after playing this at the hardcore mode, this seems like a U deck.
Yeah.
And then we just kind of
Swap decks.
all like made decks, but like when you try to do that yourself, that is way too much stuff to bring on a plane and everything else. Like,
I brought 2 decks.
2 decks is generally fine, but it doesn't.
Yeah.
They were both considered for the day 1, and sometimes just being like, this one's silly, but it seems like up your alley, and you just relax and just you treat it like higher end locals. And
I just really didn't want to put together Seiryu on the fly, so I ended up just playing a bunch of draft pods, and I had a lot of fun. I got to show a couple players how to play Grand Archive because they were having learn to plays, and I was like, oh, I'll volunteer to show some people how to play, because the weekend that we were there was a big Yu-Gi-Oh tournament, a big Yu-Gi-Oh regional. So some of the Yu-Gi-Oh players were walking on their way to lunch, and I was like, hey, what are you guys here for? And we ended up talking. They're like, oh, we'll have to stop by and play Grand Archive. So I saw them the next day, and like 3 or 4 of them were playing Grand Archive Learn to Plays.
Nice.
So
there was one time back when we used to have big pre-releases, because there used to be big in the region or state pre-releases. They weren't at the store level at that point in time, which had its positives, which was everybody got together. There was a ton of events. Everybody's there. That's fantastic. But if your regional TO sucked, or it was on the opposite side of a major city from you, or whatever, like, it didn't work out so well. But we had some good stuff. So we're doing one of those, and I see some of the kids. They're not kids now, obviously, but I would give them Magic decks for the younger Magic tournaments and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And if I played anything that Upper Deck made or produced or whatever, they would hand me a deck. Like, that was just our thing. And they were there, and I was like, what are you guys doing here? And they're like, well, judging the Yu-Gi-Oh! Pre-release. And so there was about 500 plus Magic players at the pre-release, about the same in the Yu-Gi-Oh! Room, and we walked around the other part of this hotel, and there was a giant coin convention going on for the other part, and I was like, man, if a bomb goes off here, all the geeks in Colorado are just gone.
Fair enough. But yeah, I mean, it's always so cool seeing other games in the same place that you're playing, because you get a glimpse into what their events look like.
I do have to say, though, at every time I've been at an event that has a Yu-Gi-Oh! Event next to it,
Yeah.
whatever event that was, Magic, Pokemon,
Yeah.
or usually the two that I did something at, they had learn to plays and people actively trying to teach the game and being converse with the Yu-Gi-Oh! Players.
Yeah.
Konami does not do learn to plays at their big events.
Oh, really?
As far as I've ever seen.
Oh, that's funny.
Like, the judge staff was like, do you guys have, like, a learn to play? And I'm like, somebody could maybe peel off, but, like, no. Oh, okay.
Oh, you want to learn to play? Okay, get your reading glasses on, because there's a lot of text.
Yes. So, for the Grand Archive players, if you're ever whining or tired, think that those, the masteries have too much text, because they're really there just to add more text to a card, because there's not enough space.
It'd be so funny if
Thank goodness there's masteries, because...
It'd be so funny if Yu-Gi-Oh! Saw masteries and they're like, we need to take that idea.
My beer. Everybody has a mastery.
Okay, you have 30 masteries in your deck.
It would be an improvement. But one of the things I was looking at is I might study my rules more. I'm not terrible at my rules.
For Grand Archive?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And take my judge test and then just see, especially paired with the fact that we're doing a podcast and stuff like that, if maybe I can get to going and judging some of these events. That would be...
Yeah, that would probably be pretty good. I know that so I passed the judge test. I think my score I got with a passing was like a 96 or something like that, which was pretty good. The real questions that trip me up aren't like game questions, it was infraction questions.
See, I don't ever think those are hard. I just haven't looked at them.
Yeah, I just am not really interested in the infraction half of judging, which is probably not the half that you probably don't want to be interested in.
Until you're an upper level of the judges, the infraction isn't as important.
Yeah.
Because you can make a ruling and you could just be like, hey, what do you think the infraction should be to
the head
judge? Or probably your section judge, not the head judge, but...
Yeah, well, I don't know if I don't know the structure of judging in Grand Archive.
If they don't have section judges into, like, so the judges are already going to be sanctioned off into different sections
Yeah,
and different jobs, but if they don't have heads there, they will soon. Like, as the game's growing, that's just kind of a bureaucracy necessity at a certain point.
Yeah.
So, but, I mean, I'm just saying it doesn't always have to be directly to the head, bugging the head judge every 2 seconds. Like,
yeah. But
and I'm sure after you've done it a few times,
well,
like, it'll just stick. It's not.
I'm sure there's like only so many infractions happening in around 2.
And at our locals, where we're mostly calling the judges just to get the ruling right, and then we're reversing. Nobody's.
Yeah, but
if you're one of the 4 to 12 people coming to every locals, and you're going to cheat to get advantage for your store credit, then we need to go find you some therapy. Because there's probably something deeper wrong.
We also just don't have anyone in our locals who even tries.
Right. Yeah. So it's.
So like we have.
I mean, we have trying to play to the best. Everybody tries to play to the best of their ability.
Yeah.
But
no one tries.
Nobody's taking it super seriously or sweaty.
Or, I think the more correct way to say it is no one's trying to break the rules on purpose. There's sometimes where we get like a ruling wrong.
Oh yeah.
And then we'll correct it the next week or something. Like for the longest time when we were all learning how to play, there was an interaction I did with Relentless Outburst. Because none of us knew the rules at all. None of us were like really big card game players outside of like Magic. And I was completely new to card games. We did Relentless Outburst does individual ticks of 1. But we thought that it checked to see if something was dead every single tick. And it also checked to see if, for like Mage Bane Lash, it would heal to every single tick. And it would resolve as the ticks happened, instead of how it actually happens where it all resolves at the same time. So, we had a Slimes player who always put Covenant of Thorns on something, and I would Relentless Outburst, and we just thought that the Relentless Outburst would kill the slime, and then the excess damage would go to the champion.
Right. Not that everything resolved to its fullest, and then the game stayed checked.
Yes. So
makes sense.
So, but it was real funny because there was one time where he put it on a blue slime, not a baby blue slime, a blue slime, and that is every time it takes a damage, it gets a buff counter. So I Relentless Outburst, it would take 2 damage, put 2 buff counters on it. Take 2 damage, put 2 buff counters. So you just have like a 20/20 blue slime, and we're like, oh well, I guess the game's over. But it was real funny. For those of you who are curious, that is absolutely not how that works.
I mean, I've been, especially as I was learning.
Yeah.
July, August, September was more of them. Occasionally it still happens, but I'll get something wrong, and then I'll message everybody in the chat, and then message the person specifically that I had the wrong play against them.
Yeah.
Nobody cares. We're all learning, but like it's still just that's who I am.
Yeah. Like I think the one that I remember the most is you played Temper Steel and you didn't have a weapon out, and I was like, I don't think you can do that. And you're like, no, I'm pretty sure I can. And then like 5 minutes later, you're like, oh, I just looked it up. I can't do that. I'm sorry. And I was like, it's fine. Like, it just is what it is. It's not like it changed the outcome of the game that much. You probably would have just pitched it with a creative shock, and you're like, yeah. And that was when you were still playing Fire.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was like right at the beginning of you playing. But no, for I got the judge certification just so I could answer questions for people a little bit more accurately with rules questions for new players in our area, because we at the time we only had one judge who only showed up to the east side of town, and I was the only person on the west side of town who kind of knew the rules. So that's why I got my judge certification. But that, and if I do end up going to judge events, they put Arizona on every judge promo. I love Arizona, so I kind of want to start getting judge levels.
Well, then it also sucks, and then you got to start collecting everything.
Look, I already want some like really high value promos that I'm not willing to pay $200 each for, mainly the Resolute stands. Ugh, I want those Resolute stands so bad, but they're too expensive, man. But aside from that, spoilers. Not too many spoilers out there that I really want to talk about.
So we each kind of picked one. I don't have the card name in my head for the one I picked, but
If you can describe it,
Yeah.
I'll know the card name. But I'm super excited about the Exia Fantasia because most Exia decks are probably looking at like, oh, that's a +4/+4 on my dungeon guide. It's gonna do so much damage, and I'm looking at it as that's another Fantasia for my Glimmering Refusals.
stop rocking.
Oh, I can't stop rocking.
Well, then we gotta remember to get you the different chair next time. I wouldn't be able to either, so I'm not like.
You need just take like a nail gun, shoot my feet.
Well, no, if you had one of these other chairs like I was saying.
Maybe. But
Yeah. No, on like your Desperate Cavalier.
yeah, a 6/6 Desperate Cavalier, that thing's impossible to remove. And the nice thing about Fractals Gen is you're not really taking that much damage. Like, your goal is to try not to be dying. So that way you can, survive the end game longer and get more Fractals out. So just having that extra life that normally Jin doesn't have, because normally you're just trying to get to 3 with a fair amount of damage, then go for big swings. But with Fractal Jin, it gives you another Fantasia, so your counterspells are bigger. It makes your dungeon guides that typically aren't like really that scary. It makes them actually
A 5/7 dungeon guide is.
a 5/7 dungeon guide is actually like good chip, and it makes your burst asunders have to be for lower, which is the real big thing. And like you get to run Shimmering Refraction to benefit off Fantasias that aren't just Fractals.
Yeah.
So it's such a integral part of the Fractal Gen list now. I think you might even take out Enrages for it, because I don't think Jin needs to even swing with that card. Because you can just stack like 4 of them onto a dungeon guide, burst asunder, and if they play any defensive cards for the burst asunder, they got like a 20/20 dungeon guide swinging at them. So
It also just gives you another solid attack plan
yeah.
of dealing damage. Obviously it's attacks, but I mean another complete route to victory, like Windrai has of using the arcane elementals.
It unlocks like a third avenue, which is what a lot of decks that do really well have. Is they have like 2 to 3 avenues of victory. So, or they're just really, really good at doing one.
Yeah.
Which is what Fractals currently is. It's just really, really good at burst asundering people, and it's really good at surviving to that point. I know our locals have not been super happy with counter control.
I just don't. I've never enjoyed playing against it. In fairness, I don't enjoy playing with it either.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not, like, being hypocritical about it.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I also, spoiler alert, do not like the spell Counterspell in D&D either. I think it takes away a lot of fun out of the game.
Okay. I think I've only ever casted Counterspell once in D&D.
Oh, it happens at so many of the tables I play at, and it's
Really?
and it's not like, I don't like it from the player side, even when it's our team casting it.
Yeah.
I would rather the Lich or whatever it is fire off their big spell and us have to use our saving throws and our actual healing that's built up and, tactically work around the spell they cast instead of, that's yay.
Yeah. I know.
And as the DM side, I'm just like, I'm not trying to kill my players. I'm not trying to harm them.
Yeah.
But, like, the point of being able to run a high-level spellcaster is to force them to do puzzles and to work around the spells, and Counterspell is just...
Yeah. I remember I had a NPC that was trying to gaslight my players into thinking that he could Counterspell as a bard, or something like that, as like a really low-level bard. Because I think bards eventually could potentially
Bards
do
can
it.
get any spell.
Yeah, but
Magical Secrets is a
he was
drug.
it was like a level 2 bard or something, like just a random NPC.
And nobody could counterspell at this level.
Yeah,
anyways.
but but my
third level spell.
yeah, my players were all like, I don't know, man. This guy's weird. And then some dude in a wizard hat ran up and he's like, fireball, and the bard just flicked his hair and went counter spell, and it was all like a ruse or whatever. But the players were not amused by it, and they're like, this guy's just a freaking fraud. And when someone attacked the village, of course the person who ran away first was the bard, but it was a fun campaign.
I turned that off.
You good?
Yeah.
Cool.
It's not anything I need to know.
Okay, but yeah, but my spoiler that I want to talk about is that because it just fits so well into my really weird Fractals Gin list, and I think it'll replace some of the attack plans that I have already in the deck.
And I think your thought, I mean, obviously we're going to get more cards and everything else, so we don't necessarily know everything yet.
Yeah.
I'm trying to actually just shut off my phone, but like...
It has you on emergency call?
No, the message is taking up the screen.
Fair enough, but look, I'm calling it. There's eventually one day, it may not be in RDO, it may not be in the set after, and it may not even be in the set after that, but one day there's going to be Exia Fractals, because there will be an Exia Cleric one day, and Fractals Gin is going to pop off when that happens.
No, I think even just that card in the deck you were playing
Oh, yeah.
adds a whole bunch, and I think what I was trying to get at before the phone rudely interrupted me, which is what phones do, it's their job in life, was that I do think it would replace the Enrages. Like,
Yeah.
the Enrages always felt like
It's
I
weird.
failed, but this is a plan that Exia should run, which is an interesting conversation for a future time. I think we'll have to see if it's even a problem after RDO is, but I noticed a lot of times when we were trying to make, I was trying to update Slimes, was like, you have to just build all these cards have to be in Slime period into statement, so you're like, cool, so I have 6 slots, so
to play with?
Why are we having a conversation about you're adding special text splash is all you have. You're not fundamentally making a new slime deck.
When you look at
tribal decks have less room anyways.
When you look at my Fractals Gin list, a big thing is a lot of people are like, oh, normally in Gin you have like 20 to 30 segmented in cards that have to be in the list. My deck includes like 4 of them.
Yeah, I mean, and that's exactly what is that thought process of being locked in there, but I think from what I've seen of RDO, and we'll have to see, because there's one thing of trying to design it, maybe you actually got there, maybe you didn't.
Yeah.
And then there's the next step of the player group adopting that.
Yeah.
Because as human beings, part of our survival was things being the same. And everything else. So it's hard baked into our DNA, so it's not like I'm not calling out anybody for not going all wild with trying out new decks. Like,
oh, I mean, Fractals Gin is, from my testing, it is fine. It's not something that I think will top an event. And it's probably not what I'm going to bring to LA, but we'll talk about what I'm thinking about bringing to LA in a little bit. First, let's talk about your spoiler you want to talk about.
So, it was the new Exalted Regalia, the cost 0.
Ooh, yes.
It comes into play hindered.
Was it Sovereign Bell?
Yes. There's something before that. There's a word before that, but it's Sovereign Bell is the other side of the colon.
Yeah.
Of the comma, not colon. But it's an important thing that games get eventually. Games that get to a certain level. And it's not necessarily this exact ability, but it's coming up with more solutions to it. So it says that you can't lose from failing to.
So you know what actually talking about this made me think of? When I don't know if it was the first episode of the podcast or if it was like 2 or 3 days before we started the podcast when we were just talking to each other for like 2 hours. We talked about Checkmate, the golden Checkmate. And we were talking about if we think that there was going to be a new or another alternate win con added in RDO, and something that you mentioned is that you think there might be an alternate way not to lose the game.
Right.
So, I mean, you were right.
I mean, historically, these cards are powerful.
Yeah.
Things that stop you from losing a game in a certain way are always powerful.
Yeah.
Just like I win, even if it's really badly worded, still has a lot of power behind it.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's always how they are balanced and against everything else. So there was Magic had an angel that was a 4/4 flying angel that says you can't lose the game and your opponents can't win the game.
Yeah.
And then there was even a way to get another card that said your artifacts can't be targeted. Cool. You have like 3 layers of defense for not losing. Did that win every game? Not even close.
Yeah.
Right? Like, what it is it buys you 2 turns. Some matches it does win you the game. That's how matches work.
Yeah.
Like, but it is not like, hey, look, I'm winning the tournament, like, because I played this, because the game would break.
Yeah, yeah.
The other part of what the card does is, and why it comes into play hindered, because obviously one part is just a static effect. And then the other part is tap, banish, and then you get to shuffle your graveyard
into your library. Yeah.
Now, this does not kill Genbu.
No.
Not even close. And if you're...
Because it's fracturizable. You can fracturize it and the effect goes away. Because it's not on the layer.
You have to be advanced element unlocked. So Vanitas can't play it ever.
Yeah. I don't think Vanitas would.
But yeah, but I'm just saying.
Yeah.
It's an important distinction. So you already have to get to level 3, so that's already X amount of turns.
Yeah.
And then it's interactable in a bunch of different ways. It doesn't have Spell Shroud at all. It's a 0 cost.
Yeah,
Regalia.
so the decks that normally are milling typically they lose to aggro. So the fact that it's advanced element or exalted doesn't really impact its viability in aggro decks, because aggro decks typically don't struggle into the mill package.
Right.
So like Genbu, its answer for aggro is just swinging with Genbu. It's just flip Genbu and swing with it. You're probably never milling them. Will it happen sometimes? Yes.
It's a choice of a layered defense against Genbu if you want.
Yeah.
I don't even know if it's the best choice. Censor and Lantern seem to be some of the better choices you can make.
Yeah, I think the biggest choice, or the best thing to answer Genbu right now, in my opinion, is something that we aren't seeing too much of outside of Water Diana, just because she has the material slots for it, and that is Palvor Sword. Palvor Sword is crazy into Genbu.
Yeah, but as we saw Superior do, it is not, I put Palvor Sword down and I automatically win.
I don't think Palvor Sword was hardly played at all in London.
You did not see the finals match. He literally played against Palvor Sword.
No, finals was...
the match he did before it, the semifinals. One of the matches, he was on screen and he fought through Palvor Sword.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, you can fight through it. I'm not saying that you can't. I'm just saying that Palvor Sword is probably the biggest counter to Genbu if it's used correctly.
I mean, if the other deck that had the Palvor Sword was a win deck, yes, I think it is a Genbu killer.
So
because you could
suppress
it, and like every time they go, I mean, yes, they could fill their graveyard up in one turn, but that's all that would be left of them. Because you could be like, sweet, end of your main phase, I'll baby green Palvor Sword. So yes, you get your graveyard back, but then it immediately goes back away, and...
But you typically only need that one instance, that 1 second. But what I think it would be really fine for is actually fast materialization of it. Because you can either, like, baby green, or you can displace, like, a Daunting Panda if you're playing a weird Looking Glass with Palvor Sword Seiryu. Because,
I mean, you would just take out the unmake dualities.
Yeah.
So, I mean, most of that shell exists in a version, and then there was a Chamber of Reflections version of Seiryu for a little bit.
You also lose a material slot. Which...
But, I mean, Seiryu has... I mean, that's part of the power of Seiryu, is it has 3 or 4...
Yeah.
Just kill.
But that would absolutely tilt people, just being like, okay, I have a huge graveyard, I'm about to go do something, and it's like, okay, displace my panda.
And my response to any of the Genbu players that would go against that,
yeah,
you're going to get tilted to a certain amount. But there is a strong argument to to do your best to be like, okay, so they super protect against me, and now they're going to hit walls.
Yeah.
Right? Like, that works against me, and I'm glad they put 5 cards in for me.
Yeah.
Crap happens, but...
Well, I mean, even as the Genbu, you still have answers. You can still, like, Refracting Missile, kill the panda before it gets displaced. So it's not like a totally unwinnable setup, but it's just I'm just thinking of like a really funny interaction. But no, that's exactly what I'm taking to LA. I'm taking my anti Genbu to a tournament where I don't think Genbu is going to be particularly common. I think
Superior and see if he's going.
I'm pretty sure Superior's going, but still, I'm not taking specifically against Superior.
No, but I like it more, especially for Xander, is where I'm looking at it for.
Yeah.
Because I have the Tabula of Salvage in the board for being regaled.
Yeah.
I like this a little bit better than the Tabula of Salvage.
Yeah. I don't like Tabula Salvage for the anti-mill. I like Tabula Salvage to get Light Weavers back for Regal.
Right, but this would do it all the same. You just get all the stuff back.
But you don't want all the stuff back.
I'm not that worried about it. We'll see. We'll test it later on.
I don't think this replaces Tabula Salvage in Xander specifically. I think a deck that it will drastically improve is a deck like what's the name of it? It's an Astra deck. Not Arsana.
Diane Aether? Astra Aetherwing?
Who was it? It was a deck I was thinking about where you want to just recycle your entire deck because you don't... It's not Astra, actually. It's... I don't know. I'll think about it one day.
Okay.
But it's just...
Spoiler alert for the future.
Yeah. Well, wait until you see the crazy main board just to cycle your deck again.
But I like cards like that.
Yeah,
do something. Like, even if they're not going to have that big of an impact. And if you want to argue that it's not...
It's going to be really good for Jin.
You're...
Because it answers your Nico matchup and Genbu matchup, which are 2 really hard matchups. And you also get stuff like Flagrant Guide to help damage yourself, so Mill's not going to be as crazy. You know what this signals to me, though? It signals that Assassin Mill's going to get really good in RDO. Because Assassin Mill's already pretty okay. It's not quite there. We had a Assassin Mill or get 10th place, not top, but get 10th place at a regional.
Yeah. True Champion talks about that.
Yeah. I played that deck a little bit the day after the Fractal of Insight came out for it, because I saw it and I was like, that's so cool. I'm going to play it. It's really fun. It is very matchup dependent. But I think if there's even like 1, maybe 2 cards for Assassin Mill and RDO, it could be a legitimately terrifying threat. And having this be a card that is available for Assassin Mill is really nice. So,
and if more of the Grim Pastiche Regal You Out of Existence comes up.
Oh God. Yeah.
I don't see it. But you never know what card can truly tip that balance.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the real answer to the Grim Pastiche Regal question is, are people having a big hand that won't be just killing you anyway?
Yeah.
So, like, if it wasn't for the fact that Seiryu can just, like, straight kill CL if you don't do it at the exact right time, it would be really good.
I've noticed CL... I mean, I always knew Seiryu. I played Seiryu before. Can pull those off. And I made our Seiryu player work for it. I mean, he was going to win. Like, it was not a good matchup for me. But I was so proud of him. He played so well and didn't falter under everything else.
Yeah, he beat me in a game. It's first game I think I've lost to him in a long time.
I played Wind Slimes is what I was going at, and I don't think the Seer match is very good.
No.
I did not see the cards I put in the side for it, but I don't think it was going to make all the difference in the world anyways.
Yeah.
It's pretty hard to cast.
I think the Slimes list you were playing was a little weird. You really need the slime support from RDO to make it playable.
And I knew that going in. I was kind of on a tamer kick.
Yeah,
and
you didn't want to play Byaku.
This one was always in the back of my mind because I played Byaku on Monday.
Yeah,
and I try not to play the same deck.
Yeah.
Twice. And like, I was like, okay. Fundamentally, I think Wind Slimes is legitimately something once RDO comes out. So if I want to try this, I tried it beforehand or anything else, now is kind of the time to do it.
So speaking of decks that we're thinking about playing, Store Champs are coming up this weekend.
Yep.
I'm pretty much locked in for Fractals. I'm moving right now, so I don't really have the ability to throw decks together. I normally like to switch decks between Store Champs. I've never repeated decks for a Store Champ. Actually, no, I haven't repeated a deck, because I brought Xander to
the last Store Champs.
Okay, so no, I'm not repeating a deck. I'm just repeating what I played at Regionals, which...
It's a thin line. But it's a line.
You know what? It's fine. It's different deck than Store Champs. That's all that matters.
Also, the beast of playing in a Store Champs versus a Regionals is different, and different types of decks would be focused and better to try.
I think Fractals is actually probably better for a Regional than a Store Champs.
I agree.
But, like I said, I just don't have the time.
But I don't think it's bad for a Store Champs.
No. I think Fractals can win any event. It could even win LA. It's just a deck where if you are playing good and you draw well...
I mean, I know at least one of the top Fractal players is taking Fractals to LA, so...
Yeah, that's true. But it's just one of those decks where like you can't always win every match. There's never a match where you will lose 100% of the time.
I mean, if everybody put in like the 12 cards main thing, maybe, but as Keeban was also pointing out, like, cool... You beat me. You're going to lose to everybody else, but you got me.
Yeah. So, but I don't know. I normally like switching up decks. I like playing a lot of variety. Normally it's switching what flavor of gin I'm playing for the longest time, and then I just kept losing to decks I've never seen before, so I started playing the decks I've never seen before just to learn them. And I enjoyed a lot of them. So now I try to switch every single tournament I go to just so I can see more.
I mean, the deck I'm enjoying playing the absolute most has been my Wind Luxem Xander, but when it doesn't work, it really doesn't work.
Yeah.
Funny enough, out of a lot of the decks I've been building, it has the better actual match wins versus your Fractals.
Which is weird because it's not really a deck that does well into Fractals normally. I think it's because you side four of the Scatter Essences and like 3 Noble Dissolution.
No, it's only 1 Noble Dissolution, but yes.
It feels like it's 3.
I don't like putting advanced element win cards in a Serene Spirited deck because
that's fair.
Especially you, and I think a lot of people do, is try to make me pop that Serene Spirit earlier.
Yeah. But
it just shuts me off of things, so I don't like relying on it too much.
Yeah, but like I'm both glad that you're not bringing Luxem, but also because I think you'll have a better time with what you're playing.
Yeah. And the other deck I was considering, but I couldn't put it together even if I really want to, and I don't have enough reps on it, and it is simple. It truly is. But to play it at the higher level, simple, is Byaku.
All I'm hearing is excuses.
Well, I don't have Zhang Zhao's, so it didn't really matter. And they being at over $30.
Hey, I can switch decks. I still have time. I can let you borrow my Zhang Zhao's.
We'll see if I audible into it on there.
But
I'm somebody's bringing me Byaku just in case. So
who's bringing you the Byaku?
Tommy.
Oh really?
Yeah. So he's pretty sure he has one. So in case, because I beat I won.
I'm pretty sure I
won
have
the Monday locals 201 with Byaku. My draw was against um, Water Terra Kongming, which should just be a loss. But you know that special water guy, that the retainer guy that everybody talks about.
Hydrograd retainer.
Yeah. Our main Water Terra Kongming player. We have several of them, but one of them comes the most often. He has never ever put one into play against me all the times there. They just hide from me. So
That's hilarious.
Like, I've had people ask me, like, how did you beat that? And I'm like, I don't know, didn't see it. Like, it's...
That's funny.
So, like, game 1, I managed to just get there, and then he would have got game 3, but we are both slow decks. So the fact that we were even close to an end of a game 3 was surprising. But the other matches, I either won 1-0 or I did win 1-2-0.
Yeah.
But...
Well, you're not doing your tournament review stuff anymore.
No, but that's unless everybody really wants it. But I'm at least gonna give it a break when the shop gets open.
For at least the local events where
I'll do one for store champs. That's a little bit more. And then.
But how did your matches go over the past few weeks? Any notable games that you remember?
So this week has been the notable games. I played Win Luxem Xander to give it one more test to see last week, and I learned that that's not the deck I should be playing this Saturday.
Yeah.
So, and then I did Byaku on Monday, which I did really well, and I had to play well.
Yeah.
To do it. Like, people let me take some things back. Like, that's the other thing. I'm not fully on all my lines, but I could see them at least almost immediately as soon as I made the play, which I enjoyed. And the fact that it's just a value engine deck.
Yeah.
Kind of my style. Like, against the Win Jin Allies match, I resolved Beast Spawner one turn, did my whole thing, resolved another Beast Spawner, and was holding 5 cards. And then he was like, alright, kill your Beast Spawner. And I was like, cool. Suppress both of them. And so, like, I was just, like, I did 3 draw 2s while putting 2 things on my Byaku.
You know, if it wasn't for the fact that there's already going to be 2 Seryus, I think you'd really enjoy the Wind Influence Seryu.
I think well, no, I don't. That's what I didn't enjoy about the Wind Umbra Diana when I played it with the full Unmake Duality package. I felt I was drawing cards too much instead of just doing my game plan, and that I had more losses because of that. So there's a tweak to the deck that I want to do, but I just wasn't going to.
For Diana, it's a little different because Diana is better at exploding early to shut people up from getting to 3.
And if you're concentrating on getting those cards, you miss your early windows.
Yeah, but Seryu does not care if you're 3. Because Seryu can do 40 damage in a turn.
But Series commands are too expensive, and I don't own Besiege Fate Stones yet either.
Yeah.
And then we have an active CU player that is one of the people that comes every week.
Yeah.
And so...
You don't want to yuck his yums.
Yeah, I don't want to yuck his yums, and I don't want him to yuck my yums, and like...
So I'm actually... It's funny because I was thinking about playing Genbu. Not at Store Champs, but at LA. It's a deck that I just recently started practicing. Just to, like, figure out how to play into it and... to even see if I like it. I love that deck. I have fallen in love with it. I've played it probably like 10, 15 games, and I think I've won like 9 of them, 8 of them, but it is just such a fun deck. Fractals is a lot of fun too. I enjoy almost 90% of decks in Grand Archive. There's not very many decks that I just don't like playing. Merlin and Lorraine are 2 decks I just don't like playing. But every other deck so far... I've
never been on the pilot side of either of those decks. I've just played against them.
I just don't like them.
I don't have any respect for them. No, I know there's good players. I know they can win things, obviously. I can see Fractals of Insights. And it's not to say that people in our local group are bad players of them. I don't know if it's on my side of the board that something clicks or my draws just click, but like, I don't feel... threatened.
I mean, I played Crux Lorraine once or twice, and I don't remember how that week went, but I want to say I did really well with it. It's just not a fun deck. Like, Maybe it just didn't seem that threatening because I was not entertained with the game at all. Like I was just like, okay.
I mean, that was one of the matches.
I played Three of Hearts.
I played against him with my Byaku was Fire Crux
Merlin. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if we actually ever played whenever I was playing the Lorraine.
No, that was one of the weeks we had more players and we did not play each other.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. No, that was a fever dream of a week because I think that was probably the least enjoyable local I've had in a very long time.
You built it to try to help our buddy.
Yeah, and then he didn't want to play it.
Yeah, and then he went back to his Series.
Yeah, then he played Series anyway. I was like, oh man, why? I made this for you. Yeah, I just remember I was like, okay, I play Three of Hearts, cool. I go to my turn, I activate Three of Hearts, cool.
Yeah, I didn't enjoy the fire engine.
Yeah.
When I played like the.
I love the fire engine.
I don't. I think it's. Now I get it.
Yeah.
That the wind engine and the other engines are just as straightforward. I don't know why the fire one just grated against me, but I've never been a huge like red deck wins Sly kind of player in Magic either, right? Like,
yeah.
So
I really like fire because I like the decks that fire enables. Jin being the biggest one. Cause
might also be just because at a certain point in a tournament I draw bad, and when fire draws bad, like you just lose to yourself. Like
yeah.
I feel fire doesn't have the ways to fight through it.
Yeah, I could see that. I don't know. The decks that I tend to play fire tend to run very low fire counts. You're mainly playing like Norm with Advanced Element and a splash of fire, like Creative Shock and Cremation Ritual.
Yeah,
that's about it.
Draw cards.
Yeah. So maybe that's why if there was like a Norm draw cards that isn't just Unmake Duality, that I would probably play that over fire. Play like a Norm Spirit. But
I mean, I've been working on my wind interactions more.
Yeah.
And that's where I really felt that I did bad with the wind. Like my overall record was 1-2 with the wind slimes.
So
but I felt the match not against you. I just didn't draw squad against you.
Oh,
like,
that was a slaughter.
Like,
that was
whatever that was.
That was an absolute slaughter because I counterspelled 3 storm slimes in a row.
And then you milled the 4th. And then you were like, this one time I'll have that Fracture of Rain mill you for 1, and that was the 4th storm slime. Sweet. Like, got it.
Yeah, because I glimpsed the top 2 cards of my deck. It was like a counterspell and a Frostborn Paladin, and I was like, I want both those cards, and I don't want to bottom either of them. I'm just gonna mill him once.
But I made Siru really work for it. He had to go so many extra turns and everything else, and I was just I forced a lot of extra turns. I didn't have a way to capitalize.
I think that might be why you don't like fire that much, because the value engine of fire is really good. But fire itself doesn't really have any interaction. It's just like fast speed kill spells that you don't really want to run because it's anti-value unless you're playing something like an aggro deck. So that could also be...
I think that's how I got Byaku through the Merlin.
Yeah.
I don't think he did the wrong call. Every time I went to suppress, he burned my creature.
Yeah.
But it did mean that he wasn't doing anything but that.
Yeah.
He was just always answering with the few answers that existed.
Yeah.
So he could never... And my answer was any ally he put on the board gets 1 swing, and then I'm going to answer that damn thing.
Yeah.
And so...
So that could also be like a big part of why you don't like fire.
Why I did good against the Jin is he was doing things the opposite way.
Yeah.
He was killing, and then I could respond with my suppresses instead of...
Yeah.
Him responding to my suppressors, but he had to do it with allies, so that's
like whenever I'm playing fire, a lot of times I'll just fight for board with allies instead of with cards in hand. Cards in hand are too valuable for me to fight board with it unless it's like you're fighting a Vanitas, because if you can clear their board, most of the time you're gonna win that game. Obviously Vanitas is a whole separate story though. Like sometimes it's just really hard to match up into him, even if you do wipe his board, because you just don't have the time.
Yeah.
So
I'm gonna play most likely.
Yeah.
I can never decide this early yet, and I know it's 2 days away, but
Yeah.
that's still too early. Like,
Oh, same for me.
because you never know. Now, I do almost every day. I go through and just practice my lines just with myself once when I'm on the play, once with the draw with
Yeah.
every one of my decks.
Yeah.
And then I try to play a different deck every week, so I'm never absolutely terrible with any of my decks. Never that fantastic with them either,
Yeah.
but is my version of Wind Arcane Rye.
Yeah.
Being that I play Fort Beseech the Winds, which have been amazing for all the problems I think the deck has.
Yeah.
And then I put in some more arcane cards, and I took out Mnemonic Charms. I know, terrible for everybody to hear, but and I took out one of the bounce spells.
How's your fluffy? Fluffy
still,
counts.
Still 3.
3?
Mm-hmm. I hardly ever choose to play it though.
Yeah.
It's almost always not the right call.
I'm trying to find a CSR for my fluffy shopkeeper redemption.
I saw that.
Yeah.
And then I had one spot in my material deck that I've been playing around with.
Yeah. What's it on right now? I remember it was on some
sorcery.
It was on something really
So
really.
I'm running double tomes right.
Well, I remember it was on something really weird for like a minute.
For 1 minute, I had it on Azurite Fatestone.
Yeah.
So I could double. So I could fluffy.
Yeah.
And still use the
No, there was
Storm Tyrant's Eye.
There was another one that was real weird. It was the on recollection you do something.
The arcane one?
Yeah.
That's in the deck. That's in almost all of the Wind decks.
Really?
So you don't normally play it out. Our game just
Oh,
took a weird long time.
That's right. You just played it.
Yeah, there's only 4 arcane regalias to choose from to banish.
Yeah, that's right. Normally you banish it, but you played it,
Well,
and I was like, "What the heck?"
Yeah, because I didn't have my fluffy shopkeeper, and then it was just something that allowed me to dig a few more cards.
Yeah, that was a really weird game, but
Now it's been like I didn't mind it as Enfeebling Orb was fine.
yeah,
I did not like it as Terrafring, and I liked it even less as Ducal Seal.
I think Terrafring would be different if we had aggro players.
Maybe, but like, I also took a different path.
Yeah.
With my deck, that's why the Beseech the Winds are in there.
Yeah.
Is the answer when I kept looking at the deck to try to figure out was to be faster.
Yeah.
And so, in Terrafring, like, it is hard to materialize things that aren't out of your direct line. There's even a good deal of times where, like, even summoning your tome is just hard, right?
Yeah.
Like, you're just like, this is not the right call at all. Like,
Something I've been having a hard time with is determining when I level up value versus safety. And it's really, really hard in fractals, especially when you're playing into decks like Seiryu, because you only really get one chance of deciding if safety is the right call or value, and it's really hard if you don't have counterspells.
So, obviously, Rye doesn't have counterspells. You would never have enough influence to cast Incapacitate. It'd be a terrible card to add into the deck. Just bad. You're not holding up that much influence.
You could play Water Rye.
Cool, not happening. So, it's actually an easier deck to play than most people give Rye credit for, because you're just putting arcane cards down to banish. That's your whole goal.
Yeah.
Is getting there as fast as you can, and then once you get there, you're just figuring out a line that gives you to win.
Yeah.
Or to a win. Like,
yeah.
And that's it. Like,
how do I survive at level 3 for a turn, maybe 2, until I find my answer?
So I'm not as worried about the safety turn or anything like that, because I don't have it.
Yeah.
So I might as well just go all for it, and
yeah.
a solid chunk of the time, that gets you the game. Like,
yeah.
Like, especially the Beseech the Winds, I have definitely got there faster than the Seiryu playing trying to turbo there, and watch them just go, wait, you're already there? Yes.
Yeah.
And then they're like, okay, so then they have to play faster than they want to, because you can't take another turn off.
Yeah.
Right? Like, it's very rare that I go to 3 turns at Advanced Element unlocked.
Depends on what deck you're playing.
Yeah, but I'm just saying
So,
it's rare. Like,
yeah.
it can't happen, obviously.
Yeah.
I've been there, but, like, even when that happens, I'm not really being threatened. You're using all of your gas to stop me, and I just build it back up. Like,
I think when we were testing Rye in the very beginning, when you were like first picking it up, and I was playing Jin, like normal Jin. I was playing Fire Package Jin. You had a hard time because you're like, man, I just swing
that was
into
a deck I really had to play from the other side of the table to understand
yeah.
where the weaknesses really were, because I wasn't really understanding
You
what damage levels
didn't
to push through.
you didn't know how to play into Jin yet.
Yeah.
So, but I know you were like getting irritated because you're like, okay, I have my pop off turn, and then you just kill me anyway.
Yeah.
And something that I always like pointing out to Rye players is I'm like, okay, just play Peaceful Reunion. You'll ruin every Jin's life.
Yeah.
Like, that is the big answer.
I've debated on, because there's a couple sideboard slots I'm going in between,
Yeah.
and I've debated on, or even turning them into, like, 2 of the answer main board slots.
Yeah.
But my Peaceful Reunions are sitting behind Sheets
Yeah.
in the Alice Phantom deck, Umbra deck, and my buddy who's going to play that this Saturday took it so he could practice with it, so
Yeah.
I was like, eh.
I don't think you necessarily need it, because I know there's going to be a Jin, but he doesn't normally play 3. He plays like value allies.
Oh yeah, I beat him a whole bunch on things. No offense to him, but I know how he plays.
He's a very casual player.
I try at locals to not play against the player.
Yeah.
But at a store champs, I'm gonna play against the player.
Yeah.
I'm gonna to play the best I can.
Yeah.
And as you should if you were in an actual.
Yeah.
But if the Horses and Taxes player comes and I see him with Horses and Taxes, I am going to audible into 2 Peaceful Reunions.
just see him walk in. So, buddy, what deck did you decide? I'm sleeving up mine right now.
Like the 2 Zephyrs I have are not. I don't have a particular match that I bring them in for.
Yeah.
So they could easily be 2 Peaceful Reunions, and right now there's 2 Resolute stands in the main as part of your.
So peaceful Union's also not bad into Seiryu. So we already know there's going to be 2 Seiryu players there. So, like, slotting in, because Zephyr doesn't help you against Seiryu either.
No, it's mostly there, by my understanding, as anti-Jin.
Yeah, because Jin's a really hard matchup for Rai.
Right, but I think my current build isn't as hard for me as it was before. I'm a whole turn to a turn and a half faster than I was.
If I was going to bring Jin, I think you would still struggle into it.
Probably, but again, how I'm gonna go, how I'm gonna play into it. But like, if I suddenly took my version of Rai and I was going to LA, and there were some Jin players, I would feel fully confident. Like, they're not gonna know that I'm suddenly gonna go an extra turn faster.
Yeah. I also play Jin very differently. Like, I'm totally fine taking a safety turn off, but I know exactly how safe I need to be at my damage levels. But I also have like 1,000 games on Jin, so
yeah, it's mainly for there.
Yeah.
So might as well. You could turn in. It was one of the things that I've been kicking around in the back of my brain for a while, anyways. No, I don't have an Alcahest in my sideboard. I play that damn thing in the main, and I have not regretted that at all.
I think it should stay in the main.
Yeah, I do not regret that in the main. Like, because most of the time you're not pulling out most of your regalia as right, anyways. So whatever. But then when you need it,
if you don't need it, you just
don't pull
fluffy
it
out.
Yeah, I could fluffy it out if I need to.
Yeah.
But like, it was useful to get me a game where I popped Safeguard on a turn earlier. Like, it doesn't always have to be for Orb of Sealing.
Yeah.
But it does need to be there. You do need it if they play Orb of Sealing.
Oh, of course. But
which I got Orb of Sealing as the Slimes player.
Yeah. I was watching.
That was rough.
Our round finished like 5 minutes in because the guy was a newer player, or he just hasn't played in like 2 sets. So I kind of just stomped him on Fractals. He was on Tristan, and then we sat there and watched you guys play for like 30 minutes.
Yeah.
And that was not a fun game to watch.
No, it was fun. I had a lot of fun playing that match.
Yeah.
Because like I was I mean, I got answered for all my stuff, but like,
Yeah.
I forced him to play and do the answers.
He stifling trapped your
Verdant slime?
verdant slime that you reclaimed.
Yes.
So it was like double whammy.
No, so I found a second verdant slime because I had one to play, and I played that and he stifling trapped it.
Yeah.
So then I had enough cards. So the next turn I reclaimed at the end of his turn the verdant slime that was already in play.
Yeah.
Which was a 6/6 at that time because it was the only slime I had.
Yeah.
When I went to level 3. So it was in there, like just a big taunter.
Yeah.
Right? It wasn't bad. Wasn't great. But so I got that back and did that, and he was like, I found my other stifling. And there was a whole bunch of cards under the Orb of Sealing that just were not doing anything of any value.
Now, you didn't have a storm slime anyway. So.
Yeah, I didn't. No. Like, I mean, that was the whole... It wasn't even that many slimes that were under there, but...
No. But it was just funny watching it. So, but... Alright, well, we're at about an hour. So, as far as it goes...
I have Store Champs on Saturday.
Yep.
Then I'm running the Alamo Draft House this Sunday, which is a Battle Royale, which will be interesting to run.
Yeah, doesn't sound fun, but...
It could be.
Yeah.
Apparently, other Alamos run before us, so they've had fun.
I don't like PvP in
So
role-playing
my
games, but...
book has a way of not doing PvP, but it makes it a lot harder on me.
Interesting.
Of taking because, I mean, it's a common play, so you grab the pre-gens. Like everybody just plays the pre-gens. Is I play all the other pre-gens as another team, and it's team versus team. But then that's more things that I, with my eyesight, have to keep track of.
Yeah,
really good. But on the other hand, I can build characters in my mind fairly easily, so I don't think it's going to be that hard.
If you play TTRPGs enough, you can.
So all I'm doing is keeping a hit point list and a spell slot list. Yeah. I'm not going to write down their spells. I'm going to make them up on the fly. Their spell list will change as I see fit. I'm the DM. Like, I have that power.
I can cheat.
But, like, I'm not going to cheat the number of slots I have.
Of course. But, so you're doing that Sunday.
And then next Wednesday is our another local. So that's everything before we get back.
Okay.
And then Friday I will be probably playing Commander at the local store with my son and his friend.
I will be thinking about it because I'm tired and I'm moving, so...
They got me last Friday. I didn't tell you this. So... They pulled out a box.
Oh, yeah?
Full of envelopes. Anybody that knows, those envelopes are secret layers.
Oh.
I can dodge secret layers to hell and back. Right? Like, cool. But the decks I've been playing is the Sonic decks.
Yeah.
And I had debated...
And they were all Sonic secret.
They were both sitting there.
Yeah.
So, yep. Credit card made some money. And I bought them and sided them out, but...
Fair enough.
And I bought a box of Magic earlier today before we sat down.
Yeah.
That's for my son for Easter. Because my dad and my grandma, who I lived with as a teenager, when I was playing Magic for the most part, on Easter, instead of finding eggs and candy, there's still some of that, but...
Found packs.
They would get a box of Magic and hide the packs, and...
It's cute.
Yeah, that's a fun little thing.
Yeah. For me, I have Store Champs Saturday. I'm going to try to make it. It's unfortunately like 20 minutes after I get off work. So I need to like jet over if I don't want to miss round one.
Do you want to sometime like tomorrow drop off your deck and stuff and I'll just bring it with me?
I'm going to take it with me to work.
Okay. Well, usually you don't. So like...
Yeah, I don't like to, but I have a locker at work. It's just the lockers aren't very secure. Not that I think any of my coworkers would steal it. It's just, another thing.
If you could bring those couple cards I need to. Or, really, I don't need them, but the person who I'm providing an extra deck to...
Send me a list of what cards you need whenever we're done.
Yeah.
Because I also am bringing cards for, like, 3 other people. So I just need to make sure I know exactly what I have to pack. But I have that Saturday. Then I'm moving Sunday all my furniture. So the vast majority of my moving will be done.
But I'm literally running a game. Plus you didn't ask me, so.
Yeah,
but I would have.
Yeah, I need a car. That's why.
I have a van.
Would your van be available?
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
Well, I should have asked.
Mm-hmm.
But either way, I'm moving all that. Luckily, it's literally...
Plus, if you're really desperate and you're really there, I have my dad who works at a car dealership, so is a manager there. So
just
borrowing one of like the big parts vans has been a thing that we have done before.
Yeah.
Like, and yes,
but
all of your stuff could fit in one of those.
I live across the street from where I'm moving, so me
I
and
think that
my roommate are just gonna walk across the highway.
it makes it harder. It makes it. I actually.
Oh,
think
I know.
The closer you live to where you're moving, the harder it is because you're less likely to go just get the truck and pack it up.
Oh, I know.
It's
Trust
so
me,
rough.
I'm feeling that right now.
No, for the small things, it's much easier.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
Once you get to the big things, oh, it's so bad.
Yeah, but we're gonna grab my mattress and we're gonna run across the highway.
Oh, I don't. Be careful on that because it's been windy as hell. You might just
I
take
know.
off.
I know, and we're both like 120 pounds each, so the mattress weighs more than both of us. So we're just gonna be like Mary
So if
Poppins
you need a ride
flying
from
away.
wherever you land, just give me a call.
It'll be funny. It'll be like, okay, yeah, we look like a bunch of Aladdin, but no. So I'm doing that Sunday. Wednesdays are locals, obviously. I think I'm gonna try bringing Genbu to locals next week, just to try it a couple of times, see if I want to bring it to LA. But my LA lists are locked to 3 right now. It's either I'm taking boring fractals, not being inventive, and just going to play, or I'm gonna bring my Fractals Jin, which would be really cool, and that's if I want to play mainly Pantheon. Because I don't think I'll do too well, but if I don't care, then I don't care. Or Genbu. And that would just be like, I like to challenge myself whenever I go to big tournaments and bring something I've never played before.
So what levels of likes and new subscribers get you to pick which deck?
Look, if we
We
hit,
have a podcast, so they get to say in your whole existence here.
technically, you know what, I'd say if we hit 100 subscribers, I'd bring the Jin. Why not?
Okay. And Kenbu?
Genbu is really just another Fractals for me. It's just which one do I want to bring.
Okay.
So
100 subscribers.
I'll bring the Fractals Jin at 100 subscribers easy.
Sounds good. All right. I don't think we'll get there, but
No.
hey, you get 0% of what you asked for. So
Exactly. But
what you don't ask for really is what it is.
yeah. But those are the 3 decks I'm looking at right now. The Fractals Jin is very, 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 very different than the deck tech we have on here, but that was like the very first draft of it. So whenever RDO comes out, I want to remake that and do like an updated version that has all the Exia Fantasias, all the new Fractals that are definitely going to come out. There's no way there's no Fractal support at all in RDO, but when RDO comes out fully, we'll know.
I want to go through a more level deck tech of my Rai
Yeah.
sometime soonish.
You want to do it before RDO or after?
Before RDO.
Okay, maybe we can do that next week.
Yeah.
But
Just because it is different than everybody else's.
that's fair.
If it was like 2 cards different.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, but that's all I got going on this week and then in the foreseeable future. Other than that, it's just gonna be a lot of moving and locals. So with that, I think that's it for us today. We came in with nothing to talk about and somehow talked longer than most of the times that we do this. So
We're nerds. See everybody next time.
yeah, y'all have a good one.
Be welcoming, be an advocate for the community. See you at the table.